becoming an increasingly important skill in business and politics. Our generation is the future. What we do today will affect the government and business world negatively or positively. The future of students today will be negatively impacted by the lack of foreign language incorporated into schools. Today I would like to inform you about the problem, talk to you about the solutions and benefits of knowing a second language. The need for more foreign language throughout school is evident. The United States has a major deficiency in its foreign language curriculum. A second language is rarely taught in elementary or middle schools. According to Leon Panetta, former Secretary of Defense, the United States might be the only nation in the world where it is possible to complete secondary and post-secondary education without any second language or foreign language study at all. The percentage of public and private elementary schools offering foreign language instruction decreased from 31 to 25% from 1997 to 2008, according to an article in Forbes. It is said that children who started learning a language in elementary school are 70% more likely to reach intermediate proficiency. The United States needs to be competitive in they're preparing their students for future jobs. Compared to other nations, and where the U.S. ranks, a study done in 2010 shows only 10% of native-born Americans can speak a language other than English. Compare that to a statistic against the same study done in Europe showing 53% of students have mastered a second language. Less than 1% of American adults today are proficient in a foreign language that they studied in the U.S. classroom, according to Richard Brooke, a professor at University of Maryland. As a student and world traveler, I have had the opportunity to meet many foreign exchange students and even spend a month in Europe with one of my friends who I became very close with. What I saw over that month was that many of the students could speak 3 to 4 different languages. The primary people affected by this problem is Americans. We are the future. Our actions affect the ranks of our nation among other leading competitive nations. A study done shows that 51% of sales came from international business in the year 2014, which is a drastic rise compared to the 23% in 2003. According to Mohammed Abdelkader, the deputy leading of the Department of Education Language Education arm, 1 in 5 jobs are tied to international trade. International business transactions are on the rise, meaning more job opportunities for Americans to take advantage of. The only catch is many of these jobs require the skill of being multilingual. The importance of being multilingual is crucial with developing economics of the world. Many international businesses are looking for people who can speak more than one language. The demand is high, but the supply is low. I would now like to share with you 3 of the international marketing mishaps due to bad translators, according to BusinessDaily.com. HSBC Bank had a campaign called Assume Nothing. When brought overseas, it translated as do nothing. In many countries, this didn't go over well. It wasn't a good tagline for the bank, which they changed. It only cost them $10 million. KFC brought their famous slogan, finger licking good, to China, where it translated as eat your fingers off. Also not a good slogan. My favorite, Brandon Airlines wanted to translate their new leather seats, or wanted to advertise their new leather seats to Latinos. Thinking they could just translate their English saying flying leather to Spanish, voila en cuero, which in Latin America was read as flying naked. As you can imagine, this was not what any of the companies had wanted. A little knowledge in foreign language would have helped them tremendously. As I stated earlier, the U.S. might be the only nation in the world where it is possible to complete schooling without any practice in a second language. The students of today need to make learning a foreign language more of a priority in their daily life. The government is offering many programs to help motivate students to learn another language. Through the Department of Education, students can apply for a variety of grants and scholarships to go to other countries to learn the language. This helps students to be competitive when it comes to having experience with languages such as Arabic or Mandarin. It also earns credit with the government to possibly one day become a translator or another potential job in the government. This will help some students to earn the skills that can be used to communicate and to relate to other cultures. Also, all it takes is to fill out an application. Many students do not take advantage of this opportunity. Students need to be aware of how important a second language is and the effects it can have. All elementary schools need to start teaching a second language. From there, students should have the option to continue with the second language or even at a third in high school. The final way for students to master the language is to go abroad, either in college or for an exchange year in high school. This has the potential to have minimal costs, but it can also cost a lot. However, I think the skills can be used throughout life. By starting learning at a young age, students will become more fluent. They will also be able to relate to other cultures and hopefully be more conscious and aware of problems in other countries. The United States needs to take learning a foreign language seriously and challenge students to further their study of another language. Students need to start learning a second language in elementary school and offer a third language in high school to be competitive with other nations' education standards. The benefits of doing this are preparing students for future careers and helping them to relate to other cultures. We are the future. Our actions affect the future of our nation. Thank you for listening.
Overall, Jade did pretty good. There's a few things she might need to work on. More eye contact with the audience, that way it really engages them. When you make eye contact with your individuals, they tend to pay attention a little bit more, so if she could make a little more eye contact, that'd be great. Overall, her pace was very good. She did a nice job of not going super fast, not going super slow. She kept a consistent pace throughout. She also had a nice job of talking about stories throughout, so that was a good job.
All right. How do you think I did?
I think you did very good.
Awesome.